I've always believed in the importance of voice and diversity of voices and different voices, and I felt women in particular have not had as much opportunity to express their voices and their stories. So I felt this was a good platform to share something of myself. Well, this topic is women in power, and when I started thinking about that, I started thinking about when I felt I had courage and when I felt that I didn't have it. And I came across a document that my parents gave me recently, and it's actually my certificate of citizenship. It's dated October 11th, 1978, and that's when I became a US citizen. What should have been an empowering event, it actually was not. And the reason was because I changed my name, or my surname was changed at the same time. So I went from Rosa Kim to Rosa Kwon because my father made the decision to change his name back to his actual birth name. He had been adopted and had assumed his adoptive father's name. So, which meant for me that I changed my name got changed in the middle of middle school, which wasn't easy. All of a sudden, I'm walking in class and the name roster has changed, so roll call became, Rosa Kwon, and, my classmates turned around and looked at me and thought I was weird, and what is going on, and did her mother get a divorce, was she adopted by somebody else? I was already sort of taunted for being different. There weren't that many Asians in my school at the time. So I just felt I stood out too much, and I felt like I sort of lost whatever little vestige of courage I had, in that moment. Now I feel very differently, and I feel, this is who I am, and being an American. And right now, the political climate is such that, immigrants are not welcome, and that's very sad for me. And so I think that this is all very timely, and that even though I felt it for personal reasons and my name was changed, that it was still a momentous event. And even though I felt powerless at the time, it really gave me a lot of power. Being an American citizen, the ability to vote, the basic rights that people now don't have. When we moved to America in 1971, my parents gave me actually another name as well. They gave me Rosa, but my Korean name is Haewon. So I was always Haewon, and then I became Rosa Kim when I came to America. And they were doing that so that we could assimilate, so that we could become American faster. And that was sort of the goal at that time, is to be as American as possible and have it be easy for Americans to call me by my name, not Haewon. Stands out a little more. So I guess the courage was, at that time, I didn't really have a choice, and I just went along. But when I was in middle school and I became Kwon, there was like a intent, sort of a consciousness that I had to just make the best of this. My daughter, who is now 18, is finding her voice. And the reason I know that is because she actually got a tattoo behind her ear with her Korean name imprinted now on her body forever. So she's found pride in her name, and she's found her voice. And so I feel grateful. I'm glad that I had the courage or the desire to reflect on my family history, and I've been struggling to write a book about it and capture the lives of my grandparents and my parents. And I shared that with my daughter. As a mother, that was a gift, I think, I gave her. I'm glad that she's found her voice with her and her identity. Shameful moments actually became moments of achievement, I guess, for her, and for me too, in retrospect.